All right, we're at an undisclosed location, and I've been hunting for about an hour now. I mean, I've got a pocket full of flakes, and these are just the ones that I've picked up here. But I think I just walked up on a little killer. I'm gonna set these down real quick. Check that out. Inside two right there. That looks like a nice tip. I'm hoping the rest of that is there. Check out this location. A little private property spot here. Creek that runs through here. I'm on a bit of a hill, but there she is. All right, let's get it. Oh no, dude. Oh, that's devastating. No. Dang. Oh, that would have been killer. Hold on. Wipe that off real quick. Oh, no, dude. Oh my goodness. I can't tell. Yeah, that's the ear right there, so. Looks like it just got a huge bite taken out of it. Oh man. Devastating. Would have been a killer for sure. Dang, son. Well, if I find anything else, I'll get back with you. All right, back in the creek. I'm in one of my favorite little tributaries here, and there's this big wall that gets washed out, and there's a whole bunch of flakes and stuff all on the side of this. And you can see, like, there's some flakes up there that I haven't touched yet. I got a whole pile right there, but I just walked up on my first little point. I think it's broke, but let's check it out. Yeah. Snapped, but this thing would have been nice. Real nice. So we got that color. Thanks, son. Well, this is really promising though. So if I find anything else, I'll get back with you. All right, back in the creek, and I just found this uniface. Thinking scraper or something, but this side's pretty worked. And that was about 5 feet ago. And I was looking down, picking up some flakes, and I think that's a point down there. Now, what's interesting is that I've never found a point in this spot, so I'm pretty excited. But one thing left to do. Check that out. Let's pick this bad boy up. Oh my goodness. I'm freaking delusional. I'm delusional. What a bummer. Just got flaked out. Back in the creek, and check that big boy out. 90% sure that's a water moccasin / cottonmouth. He's huge. But they're already out. So, gotta make sure where you're reaching. Be a little careful around these roots, fellas. That's crazy. I don't want to get too close, but he is absolutely massive. His head is just right up in there. You can see him coiled. See if I can zoom in for a second. There's his head right in the middle of the screen. He is a big boy. Definitely 4 or 5 feet. It's a big dog. Can't tell if that's a black snake. Pretty sure it's a water moccasin though. but be careful where you're reaching, my boys. Stay safe. All right, back in the creek, and I'm at one of my favorite spots. And I'm at this little log jam, and I can't see the rest of that, but that's a point right there, and I'm hoping it's whole. Check that out. Definitely just got washed out from this little bank right here. You see all this washout. All right, check that out. Let's get it. Oh no, no, oh, that would have been a killer, Dixon. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That actually would have been incredible. Oh, that little crinoid may have broke it off. Oh my goodness. There's a reason this is my favorite spot. Oh my gosh. This would have been killer. Well, all right. Hopefully we'll find some whole ones. When I find another one, I'll get back with you. All right, back in the creek, and I'm still coming over one of my favorite sections. It's a whole bunch of clay, but you can find a whole bunch of flakes and stuff laying on the ground. I already picked these up, those are flakes, but it looks like I got a little adze or a preform or something right here. Oh yeah, big old boy. A little something. But there's just a whole bunch of flakes here. Yeah, I think that's little adze or something. So we'll pocket that, but check it out. There's just non-stop, I mean, flake after flake. Pick some of these up. Like nothing but material. Material and material. Like look up here. Oh, we might have something. Little midsection or something. All right, my friends, I'm back in the creek, and if you've made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to my man, Points and Poles. Gosh, what a guy. Huge inspiration into even getting me started arrowhead hunting. His videos are incredible, and he's just an awesome dude all around. Hopefully in the future, we'll get to have some hunts together, and it'll be awesome. I kind of wanted to go over my thought process and how I find arrowheads in the first place, because when I first started, I was clueless, and I was walking a creek every single day for about 2 hours just looking at rocks. And now that I know that there's kind of a simple formula to finding points, you know, I'll just go ahead and share it. This isn't necessarily going to be in-depth. If you want an in-depth video, I would be more than happy to give that. But basically, when it comes to finding campsites, over where my finger is, up at the top, this is a bank, and you can't really see it, but it's curving right now. And in this bank, there's tons and tons of flakes. In fact, I went ahead and pulled out just a few that I saw. Now, these flakes here are the leftovers of making arrowheads. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a flake of flint. And, you know, that's how you know that you're at a Native American campsite. Another good indicator is high ground next to a creek or a spring, and just above this there's a big hill. I'm kind of in a valley right now, and there's a spring. This is actually a spring-fed tributary that runs straight into the main creek. And so up here you get a whole bunch of washout all the way from those roots to the side of this bank, and then it all gets kind of collected down in here. This is where I found most of the flakes, and actually, earlier in the video, I found that broken white Dixon right up here. So it got washed out from this bank and ended up right there. Kind of like if you've ever seen Gold Rush or know anything about, you know, panning for gold, you need a sluice box. And imagine the creek as its own sluice box and the arrowheads as the gold, metaphorically. They'll come down, they'll get washed out from the bank, and they'll slowly get stuck in between rocks or obstacles. And that's where, you know, someone like me comes around and is like, oh, hey, there's an arrowhead or something. So that's kind of my thought process, really, when it comes to finding land or like an area to find arrowheads. Like, we'll just go in here for a second. You can look at all this washout. Like, this whole bank is just getting washed out. And not only that, but like there's animals and stuff that are, you know, got some dens and stuff. But look, there's just flakes everywhere, littered. So that's when you know you're in the right spot. And once we get a good flood or a good rain, we can come out and all of it will be washed away and in the creek or hanging out from the bank. There's been multiple times, this bank specifically, where I'll just pull out what I think is a flake, and it turns out to be an arrowhead, a broken arrowhead. I've even found some nutting stones here. Just really cool stuff. But basically, what it comes down to is you need to have high ground. So there's a hill all the way up here. You need to have a bank that's getting washed out and an area for your arrowheads to go. There's a difference between, you know, an open stretch of creek, not necessarily like this, but if you could imagine I'm just walking and I'm in an open stretch of creek like this, you can still find arrowheads in the middle of the creek. Do not get me wrong. However, you have a better chance of finding arrowheads, and not only just arrowheads, whole arrowheads straight from the banks that are getting washed out. Even look inside these roots and stuff, because that's a great place for them to get caught. Anyway, my friends, if I find anything else, I'll get back with you. All right, and we've made it to the end of the video. Here's some of the finds that I had throughout the hunt. As you can see, this would have been a killer. Once again, this also would have been a nice little birdie or something. And I actually like the material on this tip. Kind of hard to see. If I got it cleaned up, you can see it a little better. But I realized while editing the video that a lot of the points that I found were broken. And I just want to say, I wish I could have a video chock full of G10 arrowheads. However, that's why they call it arrowhead hunting, not collecting. You know, it's not every day you can find a whole bunch of really cool points that are in great condition. Even if they're broken, this is an awesome calf creek. But hopefully with the more rain we get, you know, the more we'll get washed out and we'll get into the collection. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. And once again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next time, my friends.